Okay, it has been a day. It's just been crazy all day long. And now I have to feed people. Ugh. Okay, so I'm thinking Brinner, breakfast for dinner, right? Breakfast for dinner, yeah. Because brunch is like breakfast and lunch, right? This is the easiest Brinner you're ever going to make. This involves no standing over the stove. It involves no scrambling of eggs. It's quiche, and it's fabulous. And don't go, oh my God, quiche, so foofy. It's not. It's delicious. So this is fast, okay? Because you want to be able to like get your shoes off, get into your jammies, get comfy, throw something in the oven. This is that, okay? Oh, we're also going to make, we're going to make homemade cinnamon rolls. Yeah, baby. And you're not going to even have to make the dough. This is a fast Brinner. Okay, here we go. In the bowl, we have 4 eggs. And in the eggs, this is so easy, you can't even imagine. Into the eggs, you're going to put, I use heavy cream. You can use whole milk if you want to. I wouldn't go any lower than whole milk because you want the custard, which is basically all quiche is. It's egg custard. You want the custard to set. Personally, I like heavy cream. It makes for a really good quiche. Okay, then you need some pepper. And then you need some salt. Now, not a whole lot, because in this particular quiche, we're going to have some chopped ham, we're going to have some cheese, we're going to have some delicious mushrooms, and some long green onions. A little bit of salt, not a whole bunch. Okay, perfect. Now, all you need to do is stir that together, and you've literally halfway there. That's it. Okay. Okay, so now we have the custard done. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take out the pie crust. This pie crust was in the fridge, and so I blind baked it for just a little bit, not too long. You're not going to be blind baking it like you would for a custard pie, which is, you know, a long time, like you would do a 20-minute blind bake. This is probably about, I would say a 5-minute blind bake. And the way you do that is you put some beans in the bottom of your crust, like that, with a little bit of parchment paper. That way the crust doesn't bubble up and it doesn't get too tall. But it sets the crust a little bit so it doesn't get soggy with the egg mixture, okay? So now all you need to do is take out the beans. And you can use these beans again in the future, the next time you need to blind bake something. Okay, let's move this out of the way. Okay, so you have your pie crust. Now let's add stuff into it. So, whoa, ow, hot. That was hot. Okay, so I have some, these are canned mushrooms. And the reason why I like these is they don't have to take a long time to cook because the quiche only really cooks for about 20 minutes. So you want everything to be pretty much either cooked or almost cooked because it's not going to be that long in the oven. If you used raw mushrooms or fresh mushrooms, it would take a little bit too long, I think, personally. If you want to use fresh mushrooms, go ahead. These are some chopped up long green onions. And this is just stuff I had in my pantry and in my fridge. You can use pretty much anything. You could use chorizo, you could use some leftover chicken would be fantastic. Anything that you would like in like a scrambled egg, that's what you can use. Okay, this is just some diced deli ham, and you can put in as much as you want. And I usually use like something like the Black Forest ham because it just adds a little bit of dimension of flavor. It's really good. Whoops. And then over the top, oh heck, let's just put it all in, shall we? Ooh, 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 because you know more is better. Okay, and then you're going to put the egg mixture in. Be careful, okay? You just want to add it in. Oh, that looks good already. I'm feeling better already. Yeah, baby, look at that. All right. Move that around a little bit so you get the egg mixture down into the stuff. Make sure you don't mess up the crust. And then top it with a little bit of shredded cheese. Because, yeah, cheese makes everything better. And seriously, that is it. And boom, you just saw that in real time. That's it. That's all you do. Now let's get it in the oven. It's going to go in at 350. It's going to take about 20, maybe 25 minutes, depending on how hot your oven is. You'll know it's done because you're going to stick a knife in the middle and it'll come out nice and clean. Oh, dinner's on the way. Okay, so we've got all the biscuits together and you're just rolling, okay? What you're trying to do is you're trying to get a rectangle because you're going to have a rectangle so that you can cut these into little rounds. I'll explain in a second. Now, if you don't get a rectangle or a perfect rectangle, don't worry about it. It doesn't really matter. You just want a basic kind of idea of a rectangle. Okay, and that should be pretty good. I'm going to roll just a little teeny bit more. Now, what you're going to do is once you get this all nice and rolled out, you're going to spread butter all over this dough. And wow, who doesn't love butter? Okay, so you got your basic rectangle. What you're going to need, in addition to your basic rectangle, is a round so that you can put your cinnamon rolls in there. This is just parchment paper that I cut out and I put a little bit of spray on it. Trust me, you're going to want to do that because it will make a colossal mess if you don't, and you will just be killing yourself trying to clean that up. Okay, so put in butter. Butter is going to keep the bread a little bit moist, and it's going to help that sugar that we're about to put on it. Yep, butter, sugar, bread, where could you go wrong? It's going to help this sugar caramelize, and that's what you want. Lots of butter. Ah, love that. Okay, now we've got some sugar. Now, I don't have any brown sugar on hand. Doesn't matter. Use white sugar. Got brown sugar? Use that. Doesn't matter. It's totally up to you. Some people don't like the smokiness of brown sugar, so if you don't, just use white sugar. You just need sugar, honey. There you go. Nice layer of sugar. This is a low-fat kind of meal we're eating tonight. Ah, look at that. Sugar, sugar, butter, butter, bread. Okay, now comes the cinnamon part of the cinnamon rolls. And I like a pretty decent amount. If you don't like a whole bunch, don't put a whole bunch. Because believe me, you're going to be making these again. And next time you'll go, you know what? I went a little too heavy on the cinnamon. Or I didn't go heavy enough. It just depends. Okay, now I'm going to tell you a little secret about cinnamon rolls. You need a little bit of allspice. Allspice is one of those like old-fashioned spices, but it gives such a deeper flavor to your cinnamon roll. So use a little bit, not a whole bunch. For this amount of dough, I would use maybe, just barely under a teaspoon, okay? So not a whole bunch, but trust me, you will love it. It makes all the difference. And that's it. Okay, moment of truth. We're going to roll these suckers up. Okay, so you got this nice long piece of dough. It's got all kinds of deliciousness on it. You're going to want to wrap it up and roll it pretty tight, okay? So just pull in and start rolling. Roll along the whole length and keep it a little bit tight, okay? And pull a little bit so that it stays tight and that everything stays in. Doesn't take but 2 seconds. I can smell that quiche. Okay, keep rolling. Keep rolling. Now, you can do a bunch of things on the interior of this. If you want to, you could put some dried fruits. You could put some nuts. You could put raisins. It would be amazing. Ooh, cranberries? How fabulous would that be? Any kind of like dried fruits like apricots or apples or anything like that. You could put that in the middle of these and they will be phenomenal. Okay, and look how easy that is. Now what you're going to do is keep the seam side down, okay? I'm no good at geometry. I'm no good at math. I'm no good at rulers. So what you're going to do is eyeball it. Go in the middle, okay? in the middle. Use a serrated knife. That's the best way to cut dough. And just do a sawing motion. Go in the middle again. And then go in half again. And in half again. Half again. Now these look pretty big, right? They are. There's no other way to have a cinnamon roll. And in half again. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cinnamon rolls. Fabulous. Let's put them in a pan. Put the big ones in the middle. And you can push them down a little bit. And then just go around. Look how fabulous those look. Look, everybody's going to be so impressed, and it was so easy. Didn't take but a couple of minutes, and they're so much tastier than the store-bought ones, and they're so much tastier, I think, than the ones in the tin. And in you go. Now you have plenty of room for another one. Unfortunately, I only had 1 can of biscuit dough. Okay, these are going to be fab. Okay, so I gotta admit, today was really, really crazy. So much stuff to get done. I'm ready to have some dinner. Actually, I'm ready to have some Brinner. Quiche, deliciousness. Eggs, cream, some veggies, some delicious deli ham. Throw it all into a pie crust. Oh, and you have quiche, babe. Oh, man. Here's the thing about quiche. It got kind of a bad rap there because, you know, they were putting too much stuff in it and it was getting too complicated. Quiche with a little bit of ham, some onions, some cheese. Oh, it's so, so good. And it's so easy. It doesn't take any time at all. And it's so good. And then you take this to work tomorrow and you totally wow your coworkers. And then, dessert. Look at those cinnamon rolls. They are so good. I just put a little bit of powdered sugar and water together for the sauce on top, for the, you know, the swirly, delicious, you know, sugary stuff on top. Did I tell you it's been a day? Tons of cinnamon. Tons of sugar, a little bit of allspice, so delicious. You made them yourself, and honestly, it took about 15 minutes to throw together, maybe another 20-25 minutes in the oven, and dinner's on the table, and Brinner's on the table, and oh, I'm gonna go to bed with my cinnamon rolls. See ya, just like that.